Hi and welcome to the guitar chord lesson for the song Ajab from the film Shanti Om. We'll be doing this lesson in 3 parts. First I'll show you the chord that you need to know. Then we'll check out the strumming pattern and then we'll play along the song. So I'm going to show you the chords both in bar chords as well as open chords. With open chords we'll be using a device called a capo. Some of you have been asking me to show more of open chords. So if you're familiar with bar chords, these are the chords you'll be playing. G sharp major, F sharp major, F minor, B flat minor, C sharp major, you could play it here as well, D sharp major, you could play it here, E major, you could play it here or you could play it here. You also need to know C sharp minor 6th, and if you know C sharp minor, all you need to do is move your last finger to the first string and fret it on the 6th fret, and don't play the 3rd string. In fact, if you let your first finger, which is fretting the 5th string on the 4th fret, lightly touch the rest of the strings, it'll automatically mute the 3rd string. So you will be actually playing only the 5th, 4th, 2nd and the 1st strings. So this is C sharp minor 6th. It will take a bit of practice, but once you get it, you'll find it very useful in one part of the song. Now let me show you how to play these chords using open chords. You'll have to use a device called a capo, and this is like a movable nut which you can place on any fret, and it actually does the job of the bar itself. So what we are doing here is fretting all of the strings on the 1st fret with this capo. So it's as good as moving the nut 1 fret up. So what this does is, when you're playing the shape of G major, assuming that this is the nut, it actually produces the sound of G sharp major. When you are fretting it the way you fret C major, it's producing C sharp major. This looks like D major, but it's actually producing D sharp major. This is E minor shape, but it's producing F minor. A minor shape, which is producing B flat minor. And for the other chords, you will need to play them at these positions. So for E major, you'll be playing it here. For C sharp minor 6, you continue to play it over here. These are the only 2 chords which you'll be playing using the shapes which are not associated with open chords. Otherwise, all of the other chords you can play using open chord shapes. And you also have the F major shape, which will produce a sound of F sharp major. So there is one more chord which would be useful to know. That's the G sharp augmented chord, which will be playing over here. It comes for a very short moment in the song, and if you're not able to switch to this chord, you can substitute it with you can keep playing G sharp major, but it would be nice if you could switch to that. Now let's check out the strumming pattern. We'll use the open chord shapes with the capo. If you are happy to use bar chords, you can do that as well. So let's try and see how it sounds with G sharp major in the original speed, and then you can use the same strumming pattern for all the other chords. So this is how it will sound, and then I'll slow it down so you can see what I'm doing and explain to you step by step. So here goes in G sharp major. Down now. So now let's try and understand the strumming pattern. What we did was we played 16 strokes, and all we did was, in some of those strokes we put more stress, so we played the strings a little harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a series of steps by which you can try and get this pattern right. So in the first step, what we're going to do is we're going to play 16 strokes, 8 down strokes and 8 up strokes alternating. I'll play it slowly so you can play it along with me. So here goes in G sharp major. So those are 16 strokes. I'll play it once again. Now in the next step, what we are going to do is, we are going to put more stress on the first stroke, and the other strokes will continue to play as we were playing before. In the next step, what we're going to do is, we are going to continue to put more stress on the first stroke, but now we'll also add more stress to the seventh stroke. So there'll be stress on the first and the seventh strokes, and all of the other strokes will continue to be played the way they were being played before. So here's how it will sound. And in the last step, what we're going to do is, we are going to add stress to the 13th stroke as well. So it's the 1st, 7th and the 13th, and it should sound something like this. And to make the rhythm sound closer to the original, when you're putting more stress, that is, you're hitting the strings harder on the 1st and the 7th strokes, try hitting the bass strings, those are the strings closer to the 6th string. And when you're putting more stress on the 13th stroke, try placing more stress on the higher strings. So it should sound something like this. Now we know the chords of the strumming pattern. Let's try and play along the song. We play in the open chords shape using the capo. I'll also try and show you a bit playing bar chords. Now let's try and play along with the song using bar chords.